I'm back here on the CAS server. Now let's use another script. If I go to the semi-automation scripts, then we have here install SCCMSite. Now let's then perform the installation. I open the PowerShell as administrator again. Now let's use the script install SCCMSite. Then the first thing the script is going to ask you is going to be what kind of installation. In your case, it's going to be one. It's a central. Now, what's the config manager admin groups? In your case, it's going to be SCCM admin, because later on the script is going to add this group as full administrator in a config manager infrastructure. SDK server is going to be the server itself. Site code, let's use CAS, and site name CAS site. And we're going to use local database, yes or no? In this case, yes. We have installed before with the other scripts. The database size and files, let's change. The default is 1 file and 5 gig. Let's this is by default with config manager. Let's use, for example, 10 gig and 4 files, just as example. And let's also create the site server boundary and boundary group. Basically, it's going to create a IP range with the server IP address and IP subnet. In this case, if I open here the information about the server here, we have 192.168.0.2 and a subnet mask 255.255.255. That is going to create a subnet IP range from 192.168.0.1 until 192.168.0.254. Now this is going to be our IP range is going to create it. If you have another subnet, then it's going to change as well. Enable forest discovery. Let's do yes as well. And now you start to installing config manager with this command line here. Now we have a script. Now if I open here the logs, we're going to see here that we have this install CM12. Now basically this guy here is the guy that we are using to install config manager. Then if you want to have a look and so on. Also, if you go to the C drive, we have the config manager files. Then we have config manager pre-requirements, config manager setup. Now it's performing installation. Okay, those errors here. Also, if you notice, I'm opening with CM trace automatically because on the pre-requirement script, it actually created this. Now it's performing the installation here. Now, what I'm going to do is basically pause the video while the installation is being done, and then I'll be right back with you guys. After the installation has been completed, then we have here the automatically created desktop shortcut, and also because we installed SQL 2008 R2 or SQL 2012, it will automatically change for Reporting Builder 3. And now there is a sleep mode, basically allowing config manager to do what it needs to do in background, and also is going to be start the validation. Now as soon as everything completed, then I'll pause the video until everything is completed. Now I will show you exactly what has been done. Basically the installation finished. If you will see, let me open the log. Now we can have a look exactly what has been done. Now we have the install SCCMSite. Oops. Now we have the installation. Then we have the desktop, reporting builder. Then later on we install Mdt. Then we perform the Mdt integration. And because this is a CAS, or the main site in the hierarchy, we also perform the integration, the site server integration. Then we perform the validation. If we find those message IDs, then the site has been installed properly. Then we check the Active Directory information, in this case a system management container. Then we add a new user or a new group, the group that we saw before. Then set the logs for 10 megabytes. Create a backup folder and perform a change. Let me just show you the backup folder here, SCCM backup. And then perform a change in a couple of tasks. Then, and also change any other few extra. If I go here to the SQL database, data, we have here now 10 megabytes at 10 gig. Create a boundary, IP range. Then I enable force discovery. Perform a couple of changes in the hardware information, adding classes and so on, and create a new client setting for it. Now if you open here now the config manager console, let me just show you exactly what we did. Basically, if we go here in administration, discovery, it's already enabled. Boundaries, you create a boundary IP range and create a boundary group for the domain. This machine is on this specific domain, and add that information to here. Then we also create a new client settings for the SCCM servers. Basically, this information is going to be collected from the registry. And here we have the date is being installed, the version, and so on. And the site configuration, basically, oops. We have enabled the backup site server. Now we can see here the folder that we created before. And that's it so far.